Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back to objecting to everything and pressing on everything and hopefully no more clowning around. Hopefully we're done with the clown. Yep. We started the first half of Cage 3 last time for Justice for All, which is the second game. And we spent a lot of time in a courtroom, mostly with a clown who had to change their testimony about 5 or 6 times so that we could just get to the point where someone could say, there's only one set of footprints because the criminal flew away. Yep, but now we're on investigation, so hopefully we figure it out. Alright, it's December 29th. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? I suppose there's a point to that. But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. Right. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick. What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. Ah, yes. Huh. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it was just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See? This is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Where the spirit channeling is real, but magic is not. Yep. I believe it might have just been the previous case that we allowed testimony from a ghost. I can't remember exactly. This game is, well, you know, not everything could be real. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. Yep. Just real magic there. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. I suppose. What to do? I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. Oh, but we'll have to. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? No. The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. That's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. You think he might be trying to frame Max? He could have just said, I saw Max. That probably would have been enough. No reason why anyone would believe he flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There's only one person who could do that. Max. You're not helping. Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben, Trillo, Mo. Oh, right, that dumb ventriloquist. Alright. They all have nothing nice to say. Yeah, I mean, he did seem like an awful person. That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like, customers only go to the circus to see him. Weagle, hey, thank you for that 98-month resub. Oh, look, another button. He even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. That's true, he did do that. That's probably not going to help his case. But what? That doesn't seem like enough to frame another person for murder. I mean, not frame a person for murder, sure. And it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. I feel like we kind of proved that they did not do a great job being on the stand several times over, so I don't know that I agree with that. Trillo isn't the ventriloquist per se. No, Trillo is the puppet. Ben's the ventriloquist. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume. But Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. Well, let's go take a look around then. I guess we could go to the detention center, talk to our defendant. The standards of lying in this game. Yeah, it's true. They're very forgiving. To some people. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, The Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Oh, Max, please don't do that. That will not help our case. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. I would hope so. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. Oh, that's what I was thinking. But the production staff is already working on the show. I feel like some people don't have your best interests at heart. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. Dude, we only have 3 days tops in order to get you out, so as long as they plan it for, like, day 4. Well, I mean, I suppose at that point you'll be guilty, and then you'll really just be an escaped convict. Yeah. Seems bad regardless. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. If you don't sign the contract, then you don't have... Okay. You know, whatever. You're not gonna be reasonable. So the night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is just not something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I can keep my mouth shut. Sure. I don't teach people tricks. I will say this much, though. It's much harder than you think. Sure. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous. A great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But... I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. The what? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate. I mean, maybe they're just happy with their jobs. You know? Not everybody has to have the ambition of that. Maybe if you were friends with them, they wouldn't frame you for murder. You know, that's a good point, too. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Really? Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest, though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. No, we're not. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Sir, we're trying to help you. Why don't you help us help you? Here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Great, that means it's gonna be evidence. Just look at this fabulous stage. That's the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right there and be a happy man. Alright. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who's a performer should get to experience that feeling. I mean, okay, that I can go with that one. That one sort of makes more sense than some of your other things. You're like 21, so you're still dumb. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you're supposed to earn trophies, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. I don't want to do that, sir. I think none of them want to murder me, and I think I'd like to keep it that way. But, you know, I probably will show it to all of them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? Let's see. Nothing really weird in the photo. I guess. Alright. I suppose we could throw shit at your face. Let's see, I got a fabulous trophy. It's really cool. I wouldn't mind seeing your trophy someday. If you want to see one of my awards, you should just go to the cafeteria. The cafeteria? You mean the one inside the circus tent? Of course. The trophy isn't there, but the bust that I won is. Okay. That might be important. It's in the cafeteria. We were just there yesterday. Nick, did you see a bust anywhere inside the cafeteria? Okay. Doesn't care about these things. Whoops. Max, how could you? How could you hit poor Ben over the head with this? I've been thinking about that lately. But he did call me a no-good, talentless hack of a fast food magician. You mean Trillo said that, not Ben, right? There's no Trillo or Ben. There's only one Benjamin Woodman. I guess you're right. No matter when you see me, you get shivers, don't you? The silk hat, the cloak, the white roses on my chest. They are my symbols. You know I had to cut the number of symbols to 3. Oh, we have had this one before. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that. This is my hat. I don't suppose I'm allowed to wear it anymore, am I? It's one of your symbols. That's the ringmaster. It's a shame what happened. He was going to be like a father to me. I still don't really agree with you marrying a child, but alright. How about this person? Just between you and I, he wasn't a bad guy at all. I can say that for sure. It's the first time I've heard you say something nice about someone, Max. You must have really been a nice guy. Ah, my sweetie pie princess. She must be really lonely with me all cooped up in here. Actually, she was laughing and rolling around with her tiger. She's my special someone, and I am her special someone. Uh-huh. Very complex. Ugh, this woman, huh? Well, no, I don't like this one. Alright. We don't care about that one. We do not care about this one. Do you mind taking a look at your own photo? I guess I have no choice, but really, is this the proper time or place for this? Right, you signed his photo. Right, we've done these. Alright. And that didn't bring in anything, so we're leaving. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. Yep. That silence. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this just isn't gonna work. Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you going to do then? Hey, Ben. Hey, Trillo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry? Secret crash training, whoa. Yeah, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So, we're trying to sing it around for our new ventriloquism act. In a round, you can really do that? That's incredible. See? See? Even they're surprised by the idea. I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once we got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. I mean, it's evidence and everything. But who cares? Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes? Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Van? Oh, yeah, that's right. But then we said hello, and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster? Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. It is not. Maya. This man is 31. She is 16. I'm also not super hyped about the 21-year-old. But, you know. At least that's closer. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Huh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. Yeah, I knew that. Oh, poor Maya, she's so red she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So, how is this new routine working out? Well, you two just take a chill pill already. Our routines are secret. We're gonna take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible! But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because that jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Trillo, you seem to really be fired up all about this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. You're right. Mark my words. I, Trillo, Quist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to glorious victory. I hate not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You gotta be a part of this too. Alright, well, I have this photo that I'm supposed to show to everybody, apparently. Hey, would you take a look at this? Nope. Unhelpful. Oh, you don't even care about the bottle that smacked you on the head? Alright, fine. Do you care about Mo? No. No one cares about Mo. Nope. They do not care. Okay. Just take a look around. It's Max. This is the same as last time. Sell programs. Right, there's probably nothing new in this area for us to really look at. Oops, wrong button. Alright, let's start by going to the lodging house. After all this, where they flew away from the crime scene. Oh, it's you two. Well, you look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Sucks to be you. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that. You have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Franziska really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up. 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 Wow. She's really gotten to you. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window. I see. Who lives in that room? Behind the window up there. The acrobat's got his room up there. Oh, right. That's where we found the monkey nest with the ring. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it? Oh, okay. Definitely go up to the acrobat's room. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Oh, we don't get to talk to him. Ringmaster's body. Fell over a box. Condenser for the air conditioner. Snow piled on top of it. Safety light was on. And then we do have this big tarped thing. We think it's an old sign. Yeah, okay, same stuff. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into his room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing at it away. Aha, aha, aha. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. Right, there's probably nothing newish here. Let's go. Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No, 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 no. I'm just allergic to wild tigers. Maybe he'll let me take that piece of paper out of his coat. Max and the ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? I mean, it was pretty cold, apparently. It was snowing. Can I have the coat pocket thing? Yes, I know they call it a tailcoat. A scrap of white paper is sticking out of the coat pocket. Where? Where? You can't... No, I want the scrap of paper. I'm not allowed the scrap of paper still? Oh, come on, Phoenix. We would have taken it in any other case. Why must you hate me? What about this fake mustache? Nope, same. How do we get into the cafeteria? There we go. Okay, that's probably where the bust was then. That they said existed, but couldn't find. Oh no. Alright, welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Oh, he's in a good mood. Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction. Wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girly? Oh, I got it. Okay, what's your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria. Exactly. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. Ha 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 ha. I did it! Wait, what's going on? He's being too nice. Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it? Oh, you're telling me. I didn't think it was gonna be so tough. Tough? Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning, I had to smash watermelons. Huh? I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. You even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke? Exactly. How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw. I swear. That creep just flew through the air? It wasn't exactly flying per se. It was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a psych-lock. He must be telling the truth. Yeah, that's right. Only people who... Yep. Absolutely. Sure. Why not? Here. Not this picture. He showed it to you guys too? Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Oh yeah. He didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He'd make us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Weirdo. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago, all of a sudden, the bust disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put that picture up. Hey, this thing is really cool. Hey, Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Now we have this picture. Is there anything else that changed about this place? No, wait, wrong voice. Is there anything else that changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this or if he's setting up a bad joke. What do you think? What do you think? Probably the joke? Probably the joke. Hey, Mingle Pixel. Nope, I'm drawing on a blank here. Quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh? Well, there is this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different. Oh, tell us. Well, on the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I can see its title. It says, "To the murderer." Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it has been ripped off. I don't know who posted it. Wait, when did you find this? The morning before the murder? Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Added to court record. Nick, I think we better follow up on this important lead. The morning of the murder, this was posted up on the bulletin board. That's around when Max clonked Ben over the head. So I hadn't remembered it until now. It was torn down before anyone really paid any attention to it. So you don't know what was written on it, do you? Unfortunately, I don't. But I bet you they would know. Who are they? Max and Ben. They were here before me that morning. Alright, sure. Let's go talk to them. Should be out here. Yeah, okay. Hey, would you mind taking a look at this? I see. That's the we don't want to pay attention to you thing. Alright, well I guess we'll go talk to... Hey, what do you think? Do you know anything about this note? Hey, the morning of the murder was posted on the wall in front of the cafeteria. I do know all about that note when I read it. My heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company. It was just like the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Gee, you mean the piece of paper that I'm not allowed to take right now? Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Max, you're in fucking jail. What are you doing? You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Useless. All of you. Specifically Max. Absolutely useless. Let's see. I gotta go into the big top before I can go to here. Now can I take the piece of paper? Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I got a feeling I know what it is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. You think? You hope? Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it! It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m.? That's when the murder took place! Dun dun dun. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. I like that the piece of paper is no longer in the pocket. Alright, oh, he left. What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburgers. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner. Alright. There's nothing on top of the stand. Okay, we are not smart. Bulletin board for bulletins, and there's nothing useful on it. What if there was a message from the killer on the bulletin board? What if? What if that happened? Nope, they do not care. Alright, fine. Maybe we can get into the other place. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Nick, what is that? That beeping sound. Oh, it's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Oh, okay, so I guess it's a pager. If you don't mind, I gotta get out of here. See ya. I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. I mean, I don't think that's fair, Phoenix. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. And that sound is happening. Oh, well, too late. And is biting his lashes from a whip. Von Karma. She really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? Ha 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 ha, national news. You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win just by a smidge. Oh, we can talk to her. Yay. Hey, so, Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? Ha, I'm amazed you picked up on that much. I mean, you probably couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence, and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? Well, I mean, it would be nice if you just told me the witness's name and I could also cross-examine them. But I guess we'll do that in court. You mean the acrobat? I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. And it's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah. Can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove that defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name into this, or any other conversation? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I mean, maybe if you just told me. Have you tried the idea of telling me? I have to see him again, one more time. Him? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? What? Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma? Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh. Little brother. But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he is gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? I'm sorry, Edgeworth's death? Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case, and then with the case after that one, he never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name Von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then, I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth? I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Miss Von Karma? What? I don't know if you are God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick? Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Drama! Okay, we can go to the acrobats room. I completely forgot what you looked like. I mean, I know this is technically the first time we've seen him. It's been a while since I played this game. You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. Here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro. How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well? That's right. I mainly perform on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform is my wheelchair. So, Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. Seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. I mean, he reacted to a note about being a murderer. Kind of suggests perhaps there is, like, a thing he didn't do that was so great. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina's so cute! She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. Yeah, why do they have you living on the 3rd floor? Of a They definitely should change your room assignment. The accident happened during an acrobatics session, right? Dun, dun, dun. Secretly Robin. Cyclops! It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it. When I saw what I saw... What you saw? Geez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? It's pretty creepy. He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying? I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Nick? Alright, what happens? What kind of thing are we looking for? How were you injured? I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice. Yes, unfortunately acrobats are prone to all sorts of injury. If he's lying, if that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it secret. Are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Okay, so we need to go find out. We don't have evidence for this. Alright, Agro, please take a look at this photo for us. No problem. Ah, this is how it ended for him. Such a shame. He seems awfully calm, but his eyes have a look of sorrow and profound pain. If my legs weren't like this, I would have been able to prevent this from happening. That's an absolute certainty. Acro? Maximilian Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about him. I won't even look at it. Looks like something was really weighing on him. Okay, so that's our standard. I don't have anything to really say. What do you think of this? Nope. I don't really know much about what goes on. Okay. Oh, yeah. Money the monkey. Money is a great friend to me. That pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring anything back with him. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, I'm not great with the ladies, but I seem to be pretty popular with the animals. Oops. What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? Wait, what happened? He suddenly looks really serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina, ask her about it. Okay. Let's see. Anything new in the pile? Got a motorcycle, got a tuba, a picture of Regina. Monkey calendar. So, yeah. Wait. Window. You can see the big top from the window. No snow. Okay. The room is not helping. We need to go find Regina. Do you care? You don't care. Seems like you should care. Grrr. Oh no, it's the tiger. Grrr. Grah. Yeah, Nick. Yay. Phileo Phoenix. Stay, heal. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. A mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. Oh, they become a star. That's kind of sweet. But I bet there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Wait, how did you read my thoughts? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course! You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Just to go back and clear something up, why do you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you. Must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Gladly? Leave it all up to us. Guess there's no turning down that request. Yay, you're really gonna do it? I guess so. If we see it. Sure. Hey, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I'd go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realized the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. Oh, it was just like, oh, this weird piece of paper that says, yo, murderer. And I'm like, not a murderer. I guess it's for someone else. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there. How do you know? So it was Regina who put it... Okay, so she got this note in her pocket somehow. And then stuck it up on the bulletin board. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. Yep. There's no denying it, Max is cool. I want to try flying someday with Max. I want to try flying too. I'll think about it. Okay. That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria? It's from the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. So this was the cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. Okay. How about this? Right. Did bring up the monkey, so maybe the monkey will tell me something? He just loves to cause nothing but trouble. That cute little monkey. But don't you think using a tiger to scare him is a bit much? Huh? Why is that? Do you really have to ask that? It's dangerous to use a tiger for that kind of thing. It's not dangerous. Regent's just a little kitten. I've seen plenty of kittens. That's not a kitten. It's Acro. Is he in his room today? Yeah? We just came back from meeting him. I hope his legs get better soon. Acro's so incredible, especially on the trapeze. The trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right? Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the acrobat. That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina. But Regina seems to like Acro just fine. What do you think about the clown? He's been a good friend to my dad for a really long time now. My dad always said, when it comes to who I can trust the circus to, it's definitely Mo. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the bistro district. Okay. The cafeteria. Oh, it smells so good in here. And those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into burger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Oh, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you going to do? That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like, how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo? All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know. The tragedy? You know? What is he talking about? I mean, I would assume the murder, but... Get over what tragedy, Mo? Guess the anime adaptation sub made this conversation about murder noodles. There were 2 fan subs that were going around when they did the anime for this. There was the one that was more, I guess, correct in its translation, And then there was the one that kept more with the game, so they said hamburgers whenever they meant noodles, and they used the English names and stuff. I think I watched that one. Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all. You must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right? Yeah, that's it. You're right. Dang, correctamundo. Does he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said if everyone could get over the tragedy seems a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo? I'm right, aren't I? No! Well, I guess we're getting closer to the truth. I mean, that's one way to look at it. It's a nicer way to look at it. It's about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, huh? Gotta unlock the clown. Alright, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. I look over there, some juicy burgers, let's eat instead! Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kind of got an idea what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident? The cause of the accident? Okay, so we need the cause of the accident. Don't unlock the cloud, it takes forever to put everything back in. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Unlocking a clown is like unfolding a map. You know you're not going to fold it back up in the right way. Alright, so... Actually, let's present... He's always been a very private guy. When he came here, he was only about 10 years old. He had just started the very big circus around the time that Russell took him in. These are really hard memories to bring up. Acro was so happy to have joined the circus. He was especially grateful to the ringmaster. I'm sure he's grateful to you too. Huh? He's grateful to me too? Aw, shucks. You guys are exaggerating. He's fidgeting around so much you can tell he's embarrassed. I feel like the ventriloquist is gonna know, like, the really key piece of information, and he's just never gonna talk to us right now. Oh. Detention Center's got an update. They must have taken Max in for questioning again. There really isn't anything that we need to ask him right now anyway. You're right, I guess. Alright, let's go then. Alright. See, like, I really don't understand why Acro is on the 3rd floor. With a wheelchair. They should have rearranged the rooms. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. It's the monkey. Nick, it's money. That monkey's holding something. That's it. That thing, that means a lot to Regina, remember? Alright, time to take on this monkey. Attorney style. Let's go with the... Yikes! Ah! I don't think it worked. I tried to have a monkey-to-monkey talk with him. I really did. Nick, you've... I swiped it while Money was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it, let me see it. Huh? You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you into the circus and I can have peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, I guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like anything any girl I know would actually wear. Alright, well... I guess we should go return it. Well, actually... Nope, you still don't care? Alright, fine. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melt to mush in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed? Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down and then he opened his mouth, you know, gwah. Usually when he did that, I'd put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Alright, so maybe... the murder was for the lion? Okay. Okay, I think we can maybe go... He's in here, right? That might be the cause of the accident. 6 months ago. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right? How did you? I told them so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't climb up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head?
Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything.
You promised?
He's involved in this too.
He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Acro? It must have been Acro, right?
How did you know?
Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster.
No way.
I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know.
I'm sorry, Acro. It's just like you said, you know, the accident.
Did someone die?
No, but it would have probably been better if he had.
What? How could that have been better?
He's still alive. But when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in.
Coma?
All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do.
I see. How is he related to Acro?
He's his brother.
Please. Oh man, if you tell me that his brother's name is Bat, I'm gonna just... Huh?
The person who got bit was Acro's brother.
But brother?
They were an acrobat team of brothers. Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime.
Who is Acro's younger brother?
Sean Dingling, but everyone always called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina, tried to win her love, was his downfall.
He's 22. Alright. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina.
6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon."
Why do you do that?
I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face.
Oh, right. That's right. This is what the pepper was about.
He was smiling.
Wait, you mean Leon?
Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Some sick grin.
No way, that's impossible. A smirking lion, a flying murderer. Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile?
We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle.
So that's what really happened.
Well, you guys were so serious, what was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka, shaka, shaka.
There he goes again, acting like his normal self. Achoo!
Nice, what a wonderful sneeze.
Huh? You think so?
You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that.
Nick, I think I'd make a good clown.
Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer.
Haha, does Regina sneeze with pepper too?
She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper.
Bat?
From my point of view, those two always looked so perfect together.
They looked perfect together, huh? Alright, so...
When you think about it, he really was a good guy. He truly liked Regina. He would try anything to get her attention.
Seems like a good guy.
Back then, Agro was always laughing.
But I guess everything backstage at the circus isn't always rosy.
I see. It's harder than you think, making people laugh all the time.
Alright, I think we're done with you. Unhelpful. Alright. No one in here. We just talked to Mo. Okay. Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? We're back because Acker's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, it seems you got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Okay, I mean, first I want to just throw some stuff at you. See if you react. Lately I've been confined to this room, so I don't have a clue what's going on in the circus. Alright. Let's just set down a safety save. First. Alright, I'm gonna ask you how you were injured. I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. An accident during practice. Unfortunately, acrobats are prone to injuries. Are you really telling me that a practice was the cause of your injury? All we have is his brother and the lion. Leon? 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. Ah, alright, cool. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I am an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Alright, maybe attack isn't the best word to be using. Let me rephrase that as battled lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? You had to fight it to save someone. Alright, that we can definitely say is the brother. Bat. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That was where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. The Regina? Regina? You always seemed calm and collected until you started talking about her. Saying things like, she's cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bad, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Duh, maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Right, so it'll be the note. This... Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Unlock successful. Good, we didn't need our safety save. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane. Didn't he know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid, too. But that line was very old to begin with. And age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. And that's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina, they were such great friends. Oh, yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. This thing with blood on it? Okay. This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf, it was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. Leon, obviously. Oh. When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick, I know, Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Miss Von Karma? I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro will talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Well, looks like we won't get to look at that scarf. At least not until the trial. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. I mean, I think we can piece together why the ringmaster went out to the place where he did. But he was expecting Regina to show up. But she didn't know what she did. This can get complicated. Alright, time for court. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Teehee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that. So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is. Huh. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Oh, she is not gonna... This is gonna be... Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya. Wait, Hey, everybody. Let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo? Top of the morning to you, governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking of the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Why is everyone giving Max milk all of a sudden? Oh, my, thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got a feeling today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Really? Because that mostly seems like it's our psychological warfare, like against us, not... Okay. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. Shouldn't we always rely on evidence? What do you mean today? You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh heck, we did the intro opening without whips hitting anywhere. What a day. Very well, Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order, order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Probably didn't get paid any overtime either. Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Name and occupation? Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. Pretty short testimony. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Just after 10 p.m. You said that you were resting in bed? One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. Curtains? We wouldn't use okay. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? Why are you the voice of reason? I mean, not that I'm not appreciative, but Judge, you were not the one to help. I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Yeah, the witness will proceed with his testimony. Okay, on the time I heard a large thump sound. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed? That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now. Safety save. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Objection!
If there's contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of contradiction? No. Oh, I can't back out. I have to pick something. This box? What don't I get? You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again, straight towards a guilty verdict. You were bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court. Whoops. Ooh, I didn't get punished. That's unusual. Oh, so... a few moments later, saw someone flying right by my window. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. I don't see how. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. I saw him from behind. That would be weird, wouldn't it? The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. Safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was a person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. The hat that fell off. Convinced that person I saw was Max Galactica. There's a huge contradiction.
Objection!
Prove it. It should be the hat. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by the window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window is tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order, order.
Objection!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in the court today? He's the real culprit? Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. Ha ha ha, I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He is staying rather calm and collected while I get poked by this bird. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on a disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Yeah, he did. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider the possible accomplices. You don't say. Not good, not good. This isn't going to end well. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes. Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but we'll be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you. I understand, Your Honor. Very well, let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice? It's the monkey! You don't say. Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? Oh, did you hear that? Wait, why are we having the same? Do I have any proof that the person I've accused is indeed an accomplice? The ring? Oh wait, I don't have the ring. I gave that away. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Can I just blame the monkey again? Okay, what do I have for evidence? Picture of the crime scene. Probably not helpful. That won't help. That won't help. That won't help. That's the map. Time of death. Okay, probably not that. I suppose I could be like the bronze statue. Nope. sound of you receiving a penalty. It's got to be the monkey, though. What are you doing, Nick? What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? So I want to keep going with the route of the monkey. I mean, the monkey makes sense. What happens if I say he didn't? Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. Oh, we seem really full of ourselves. Maybe this is the real thing we should be doing. What? What? You're not gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Maybe the monkey doesn't count. Order! Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Fink's right. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Oh, he was in his room. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? What are you, nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. What, that you were in your room? That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Yes, very clearly. 100%. It's definitely not a statue hooked up to some wires. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of his legal buffet. Buffet? Buffet? Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Safety, safe. Pretty sure we can just say it's the statue, but... I'm gonna present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the murder? The statue. What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it's also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Order! Order! So, you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Objection!
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Objection!
Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, 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 Acro. Can't Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Bug karma. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time.
Objection!
There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Objection!
The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way for once? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. Alright, what we got to say about this? I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? This is where the note's important. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Alright, let's throw a save down here as well. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of a bust. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? Crazy, that monkey has lifted Max's bust before? Oh, I see. The monkey helped, but we're not allowed to, like, accuse the monkey of helping too early? Is that what's gonna go on? Please continue with your testimony. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat.
Hold it!
So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean Nick. Hey, whoa, why? How did this discussion turn to me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. Yep. Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bust out the window. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation. But it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out below the window. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there's no way that I would have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick. Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow that Akru knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Alright, so... You haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I mean, this seems a little ridiculous that that means you know exactly where it is, but go for it. Your Honor, that statement... Oh no. So we were on this one. If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. All I had to do was drop it. You're right, I could have done that. However, there's no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Akru's strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you've got. I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool, but maybe we overlooked something? Okay, so I definitely think it's the... impossible for me to know this one. It's just about... We know it's not the note. The only things we found at the crime scene, we found the wooden box. Which I guess we assumed was carried into the crime scene, but it probably wasn't. It was probably already downstairs, wasn't it?
Objection!
Akru, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
Objection!
Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. Finally, some of those loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward. So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow. Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. So let me just like read up on that box. 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. I guess the size? The contents was the pepper. Contents? Do you recall what was inside the wooden box? There's only a small bottle of pepper, wasn't there? Get on with it. Well, dang it, that wasn't the answer. Oh, I didn't get punished for that? Alright, well, I guess it'd probably be the weight? I don't know if it had a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Sure. Fool! Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yes. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Explain that! Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Right. Of course you want to point that out now. Tells exactly how the witness could have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Phoenix Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room? Well, apparently monkeys don't count as accomplices, so I'm gonna accuse the monkey. A monkey? Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it, and that's why the monkey's not an accomplice, and therefore I'm not wrong. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Home? I mean, yeah, I think the bust has been missing for like 5 days. Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?
Objection!
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Objection!
Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Really? Order, order. I said order! Miss Von Karma, where is the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon, purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Have we? Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow. Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've gotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. No, wait, sorry. You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ah! There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? The statue?
Take that!
I saw... I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with this question.
Objection!
Oh, contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
Objection!
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette we saw was wearing a cloak.
Objection!
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in this bust's hands. Idiot, who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is the utmost important to this case, don't you agree? Ah, he caught me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Okay. So either it was Acro, except he wouldn't have had the cloak. Chances are good, because this is gonna be really stupid. Russell was wearing the cloak, he got hit, and the cloak got snagged on the statue and went up with it. Fool. Him? You were saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. Hey, I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust. Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night. Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust outside his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room, and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Because if he hadn't, everyone would have seen the ringmaster go to the thing, and someone would have seen a weird head float around. If you think about it, that's how this all would have went down. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, you wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? So this happened. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain victim heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised, with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. Yep. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro. It could have only been you. He's not cracking yet. Acker's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? Judge, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that. In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget, the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Oops, not load. Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there was only one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Okay, we have the photo of the awards ceremony, which I don't think does anything in this case. We've said the bronze statue. There's the box. The pepper is probably... hard proof. Oh, that doesn't look good. I want evidence. Something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Use that. Hard proof. Unravel the trick. Something about Mo's testimony. Let's try picking on Mo. No? Alright. Not that. Okay. Not the note. Yep. Yeah, guilty. Hard evidence that unravels the trick. Something Mo said. You think the hat? There would be 2 hats? Try the hat? Sure, why not? Okay. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of those contradictions. Ah, I see. You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was thinking about that earlier. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Objection! Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what the ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Wouldn't it just be the back? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak was snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Sure. Haha! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Sure. Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Yeah, he looks totally scared. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Because he wasn't trying to kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Doon, doon, doon. And I think they're right. I think this is a great time to take a quick break. I will be back in a couple minutes. All right, we're back. Ready to go. Everybody's completely figured out the whole plot now, right? Of course you have. I can't believe it. Acro? That's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? But I'm nothing but a little nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. I mean, he didn't really intend to pin this murder on him at all. That story doesn't add up. Cough! Hey, pal. You're gonna ignore me after I went to all the trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Hey, now, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Ho, ho, ho. Well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it? The scarf. Good, we'll need that. Here you go. Huh? This is... yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up till now has gone according to our plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me. I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What do you mean by that? The very end part. I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. What? Why? The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? Is this because his real name's supposed to be like Billy Bob or whatever? Court is now back in session. Okay, excuse me while I go look at some evidence. Well, look, it contains a small quantity of pepper. Who would have guessed? Wait, that's it? That's it. Okay. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense, proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to have motive. Nick, wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Okay. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. That is a very short testimony. Such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. And therefore, I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You are absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? I still get to have one, though, right? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? Why are we this silly? Why are we this dumb at things? This might be my last chance to answer that question. No need to question him now. Of course I'll cross-examine. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. Alright, abandoned by our parents. We? Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Yeah, sniffle, sniffle. No crying in the court. Let's keep going. Oh, the witness may proceed with his testimony. That's when we got taken in. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? How? How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's a pretty standard question. Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. No. No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. Why did the penalty box come up, Your Honor? I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? No, because that's not who he wanted to kill. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. How? Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russellberry Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things. Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russellberry to begin with. What? Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Oh, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Yeah. This person. Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
Objection!
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong, that's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Yeah. The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence. Now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. I mean, I know the reason, but I never trust this game to, like, believe that it knows the reason. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. Okay, it's either the bloodstain or the note. I mean, he placed the note in Regina's pocket, so, like, it really should be that. But let's go with the scar. Alright, Mr. Wright. At this point, the only thing that's important is evidence. You're gonna fool me, Mr. Wright. Dang it. Okay. It's probably the other thing. Let's get our health back. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russellberry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today. Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? Yep. And it's only gonna get harsher from here. Hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina?
Objection!
Foolish, foolish fool with foolish fool ideas. You're so foolish, you've made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us all about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. Answer has to be the pepper. But it might be the scarf. Because if he put the box out with the pepper, then it makes sense that it should be that. Nope. I made the sneeze happen. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Oh, it worked. Okay, great. It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion! Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Objection!
Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Barry's intended victim? Who is this? That's Acro's younger brother.
Objection!
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into this current comatose state. A lion? Regina? I mean, Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina would never do something like that. It's just not in her. It's a strange argument coming from you, but okay. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? No, not totally. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat. That's just a scarf. Acro, this scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Oh, everyone thinks I'm a dummy. Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge still doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. What? Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge, against Regina. You foolish idiot. Ha. It almost does seem like a terrible joke. Doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro, you can't mean. Witness, are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, Unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem's always been. Evidence. Oh, man. This game. People don't know when to quit. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon. Or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. I guess we request to search his room. The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of Von Karma Total Justice. But you mean... Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lacked the final nail to put in my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust. Where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems that this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Where's Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do what? Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think you'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false misstep. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? In this courtroom. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. It's the witness stand. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, But do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you're a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been begged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them. Miss Franziska Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust? Obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? Why did he bring a critical piece of evidence into court? Because they surprise searched his room, so he had to put it under the chair, and then they took him directly to be a witness. He literally didn't have a chance to put it anywhere else. I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Aha. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I don't think she did. I know I sure couldn't. Can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Barry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Barry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's what you decided to do. That's when you decided to do something about Regina? How dreadful. So you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's also a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Now that you've conclusively proved that somebody else did the murder and the crime, not me. You're not guilty. This court is adjourned. Fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat? Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max. 1 million of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. I believe could we just have like a moment of sadness? Huh? Well, she's been like this for a while now. Well, it's all my fault. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. Just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro... is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? No, probably not. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know that you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. Okay. I want to say it's Bat's scarf, but that just doesn't... Not wanting a revenge. Have to prove that he doesn't want revenge. Maybe it's a person. Maybe because his brother liked you. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So, whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up that contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen?
Don't laugh!
That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max?
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me? Maybe we could get her to school or something?
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the Very Big Circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Very Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. It seems like everything is going to turn out all right here. I can't wait to go see the best circus in the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. I'm still laughing. Forever.
I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Are we gonna do a reveal? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Dun dun dun. Next case. Farewell, my turnabout. We definitely save here. But we do not continue playing here. We finished case 3! There's one more case left in this game. As you can tell, something dramatic is going to happen. Because Mr. Edgeworth has finally been revealed. Even though earlier in this case, everyone was like, oh no, he's dead. Because he said he chose death. Let's see. Oh, I think, yeah, we'll go raid that one. Yeah. So there's one more case left. It's gonna be long, so chances are that'll take us a couple streams to do. I do not know yet if I can stream this game next Saturday, but I do want to stream it next week, so I will see what I can do about that. But otherwise, I'm going to be on Rhythm Cafe tomorrow, over on the Loading Ready Run channel. We're playing Unbeatable, and I'll get what we're doing in the week posted up in the Discord. sometime tomorrow when I figure it out. But we're still playing through some Hades 2 and Hyrule Warriors as well as this one. All right. And in the meantime, we're going to go raid Stellar Michelle, who is working on Silk Song. They're in a very hard escaped lava moment. So there's probably some frustration going on there, so let's go be supportive. Oh, that's also right. Beach and I are doing a Christmas stream over on the Loading Ready Run channel next week as well. There's going to be some Yakuza 0. We're going to be eating some food, so if you don't enjoy mouth sounds, sorry. I try to keep the mic away while we're eating, but that will be happening. And maybe we'll do some other stuff. Who knows? All right. I'm going to take off here. I'm going to go hang out for Silk Song with Michelle because I enjoy watching her play that game a lot. And I'll see you all later. Take care, everybody.